Tim, are you here? He's at the bar, okay.
What'd you do with my legs? Scott, what'd you do with my legs? What? What'd you do with my legs?
Just on the table.
Well, lose my weight now.
The program is, tonight is going to be the George and Donna Wilber Award, the Saul Lipkin Award, and the Hall of Fame induction for Tommy Workman. But before we get started, Tim, come on up. Tim is the Director of Casino Marketing, which is the department that we work with on this tournament. You'd like to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. How's it going for everyone? I hope everyone's having a great time. On behalf of the Sands, I just want to thank y'all for coming for, what, the 21st year, right? So you're actually old enough to gamble as an event now. An interesting concept. John, you've been here the whole time, right? You know, I want to also take a moment to thank John for putting this on and going through a lot of work. He makes it real easy for all of us here at the Sands. He does a fantastic job. And then I just also want to thank one of the ladies, the lady that works for me, Holly. Come on up here real quick.
Now, a lot of you know what a pain in the ass I can be. Holly has to put up with me starting on Tuesday when we start talking about next year, and she has to put up with me just about 51 weeks straight before this thing starts every year.
Now I would never say that personally. I'm going to work with John, but you know, John knows himself, I guess. Anyway, thanks again for coming. Everyone have a great weekend. You still got a couple days left. Time to, you know, improve your performance if you haven't done well, or hang on if you have. And have a great time. Everyone have a safe journey back, and we'll see you again next year for number 22.
Okay, our first award is the George and Donna Wilber Award, and as all of you, I'm sure, are aware, it's named after George and Donna Wilber, who started the board talk back in 1984, and before that, tournaments like this were really not possible, so we're all here because of them, and we're honoring Gerald tonight. You know, there are places in the country where shuffleboard is struggling. Wynnewood, Oklahoma is not one of them. And it's really, you know, in my mind, three things. You got to have leagues, you got to have tournaments, but you also got to have a hands-on owner who plays, who takes care of his boards, and all of those things go into a successful shuffleboard establishment, and they've got them all. So if anybody would like to say a few words for Gerald before we hand him the award, it's open mic time. Come on up. I think Brenda's starting, right?
I'm not even sure how long he's been at Wynnewood, but our league's been going since probably 1987. This year we have probably 60 players in our league. We have our town is about 1,500 people. We have 5 boards in the bar. Gerald is absolutely the most amazing supporter of this league. We couldn't ask for a better person.
Gerald Wood, I guess everybody likes him for me. I don't know much. You missed too many weights last night. Now, Gerald does a good job up there. He's got 5 of the best boards in the nation, and he keeps them up. They shoot good, and we couldn't have much going on if it wasn't for him. I'm glad to see him get this award. I hope he shoots better.
A couple months ago, I took my first trip to Wynnewood. We've never been there before. It's a very good place to play. If you ever get a chance, you go to there someday. Good, Gerald does a good job and a good burn.
5 or 6 years ago, me and my wife went to Garland, Texas, and played a little tournament there in Garland. And Gerald was there. First time I met him, I think, you know. Nice guy, you know. And he said, hey, I got this little bar, Full House Saloon, I think it is, in Wynnewood. He said, we got our motorhome. He said, hey, just pull your motorhome down here. And, you know, I got electrical hookups, and you can stay as long as you want. So the tournament got over like Sunday, so we got in there on Monday. And he calls everybody and said, hey, I got these 2 California fish here, you know, and let's come down and take some money from them. So all of a sudden, you know, Monday night, he doesn't get nobody in his bar. The whole bar was full. We had 24 people playing round robins all night long. You know? So the next night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the same thing. So finally Thursday, I said, Gerald, I gotta go. And he goes, well, thanks a lot. You just made me about $5,000. But I mean, the nicest people, absolutely the nicest people in the world. You meet them the first time, and you think you've known them your whole life. And it's just the greatest people in the world.
Gerald's favorite thing to say to me as soon as he sees me is, I hate you. Every time. Every time we walk into the bar, that's the first thing he says. And then he tells us how he really likes us to come up there. We have a lot of choices of where we go to play shuffleboard, and there's just nowhere we'd rather go than to go up to see Gerald and his group up in Wynnewood. We really appreciate their great tournaments every year.
I met Gerald 2 days ago. I love him. You have to understand. He's not my cup color.
Anybody else?
Just can't get me away from this mic. I met Gerald, what's it been, 4 or 5 years ago down at your memorial tournament, I believe it was. Maybe longer than that, maybe 7 years ago. And I want everybody to listen to this advice that he gave me, and it really struck me as, man, this guy's really got some integrity. He says, Mark, at the time we were running the KC shootout, he says, Mark, I'm going to give you some advice about running a tournament. And I said, well, what's that, Gerald? And he goes, one thing, do it honest. And that right there is Gerald Wood.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I can just follow this one. I've been to the Full House since I've been to my house.
That's beautiful. Thank you. I guess that's just the master of understatement, which is good. I don't know how much more of that we can take. So I'm going to read this. Boy, I tell you what, I got about maybe 2 more years I can get away with this. I'm going to telescope. This reads, Gerald Wood, in the tradition of those for whom this award is named. Am I interrupting anybody over here? Thank you. In the tradition of those for whom this award is named, you have given back to the game in many ways, most importantly by the example you set in promoting table shuffleboard at the local level. In doing so, you have demonstrated what needs to be done for our sport to survive and flourish in the future. The combination of a hands-on owner that is also a player, an understanding that leagues are the foundation of our sport, and a commitment to keeping your tables in top-notch condition have proven to be a winning formula. In doing all of this, you honor the efforts of your predecessors, Pat and Don Kynard, and thus have built the small town of Wynnewood, Oklahoma into a shuffleboard giant. We proudly present the George and Donna Wilber Award in grateful recognition of all that you have given to our sport.
You know, there's a lot of new players that's here, probably never even heard of the board talk. But George and Donna created the board talk, and it was our only communication from east to west coast, and it went from east to west coast. And what I'm trying to say is this makes this such a big honor. They've done more for shuffleboard across the whole nation than anybody that I know of. Yeah, George and Donna, yes. You know, when you think, well, you know, in this day and time, we've got the TSA, and TSA is great, and I strongly promote it. I mean, for $25 a year, you got everything, you know, everything you need. Of course, you got computers today, and you can get online and do everything. But when George and Donna started this board talk, you said, what the hell is a .com? You know, nobody knew what a .com was. You didn't know how to get online and find out how to get the next tournament and all the results and everything. The TSA gives it to you. And I strongly support the TSA, and I hope everybody in here, $25 a year, people. That's all it is, and you get a whole year of publishes. And I want to thank John for recommending me for this award. It's the greatest honor. I feel so privileged. There's nobody here who knows how privileged I feel right now. And thank each and every one of you. Thank you, Gerald. Well spoken.
Taking it to the auction.